favorite event every week, is to highlight the great work that individuals throughout the wing have done, because we benefit from all the work that everybody does, and everybody contributes to the mission, and we see it in aggregate. And especially this past week when we had USO and the Air Force civic leaders come here, I can tell you the Air Force civic leaders pulled me aside, 2 different civic leaders, and said this is the best civic leader tour they have ever been on. They couldn't have been more impressed by the number of airmen who knew not only what they were doing and how they did it so professionally, but everybody knew why they were doing it and why what they were doing was so important. That is what impressed them most. So we get to see that in aggregate. But every once in a while, we get a sheet that's pushed up for us on Airlifter of the Week, where we get to see the details, the individual contributions to the overall mission that just makes the chief and I stop and take a breath and go, man, how lucky are we to have these folks on our team. And this week, Senior Airman Kevin Willis is the man. You're the man. So all of you get a chance to work with him, I'm sure, on an occasional basis, but you probably don't know all of the details and the impact that he's got in general. So Chief and I are gonna talk a little bit about the things that we've read, that his supervisors and Commander Colonel Humphreys were bragging on him about. First off, this is your first assignment.
Yes, sir.
Right? You came in the Air Force in August of 15 and then rolled right on in here and started making a difference, man, seriously. So, as a senior airman, you run a $12.6 million portfolio, specifically in the Army requirements section, which is kind of odd, right? You didn't think about you're going to be doing that. It's not a joint base, so why would you worry about Army stuff? Well, it's because we do a lot with our sister services. And the Air Force has a reputation for doing contracting well and doing it right. And so we're more than happy to do work on behalf of our soldiers, sailor, and Marine partners. And so $12.6 million of contract work, over 14 installations in PACOM, absolutely making a mission difference for our soldiers out there. All right, our brothers and sisters. Just happen to be from a slightly different family. I won't say which strata that family lives, right? Anyway. That was for you. Anyway, it's all, but it's all good, right? It's all one team. We're all really going for the same piece. But the other piece is AFSOC. Did you hear the Ospreys are coming? Yeah, you knew that because you led the vendor fair, right, to talk through a lot of the vendors that were going to be bidding on 6 projects to bid our Osprey down for $2.5 million. And so engaging on, AFSOC. They're part of our Air Force family, but they're like that distant cousin. They do things wacky. And so making sure that you translate their requirements into what our local contractors can do, and we are able to execute those projects so that our AFSOC brothers and sisters are effective too. That's a skill. That's a skill. And as you see with the accelerated movement of their arrival here, it was important work. You didn't know it at the time, but it was really, really important and time critical. The thing that I liked the most when I read about it was how you've taken the time out to educate your 22 fellow flight members on the importance of milestones and planning for the contract piece. And the best part about it is not just PME for PME's sake. It's PME for customer service, because by adjusting your planning milestones, you're able to give better contract closure. I don't know the right term.
It's perfect, sir.
Okay. You're going to go far. But you're able to provide better data to the customers, right? And really, this work in contracting, just like everything else we do in the Air Force, is really about relationships. Building those relationships, establishing trust and credibility. And if you're able to do all of that, you get a lot more freedom of maneuver, and you get a lot more synergy, and people are happier. Man, great job. But wait, there's more.
Indeed, sir, indeed. Your leadership has just shared outside that you are not one to shy away from opportunity. Exactly, and I'll associate that with that line of effort of strengthening partnerships. We already said you work with the Army contract, right? Well, coincidentally, Airman Willis has been the craft, the initiative, the footprint, of the customer service information for our Army mission partners. That same information has been used for the execution of the software engineer update, in which you went on ahead and trained 174 members. Correct, and then that same information that you used was put into the Army's guide that actually affected 6,296 end users across U.S. Army Japan. That says a lot. I could stop there, but why? Then you went on and brought those talents inside the house, right? I understand that there's a buyers club that exists, / booster club. At first I had to look at buyers club and thought it was Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
I said, oh, but I'm saying, with being involved with the buyers club, you raised $250. And that money was associated with giving back to the Green Dot program, as well as the Friendship Fest Association. When you did such a good job at it, that you was elected as a sergeant at arms, you know, based on your leadership. So that's spot on. But it doesn't stop there either. You've been acknowledged throughout the wing as the third quarter, room of the quarter for 2017. And word on the street is that you are the squadron's airman of the quarter for this first quarter, 2018. Talk about not shying away from opportunity. Opportunity seems to show up at your doorstep because of your leadership. Things that you've done and the potential that you have to carry on that same legacy. Remember, somebody's always coming behind you. Them senior airman stripes not going to last you much longer. But what your potential I already see. NCO tier. Yes, yes.
It is obvious to the chief and I that you get it, that success comes from doing the little things all the time, doing them right. And when you add up all the little things that you've done, it adds up into a huge monster contribution to this wing. Senior
What
airman.
you said?
Oh, is there more
I
on that?
knew he
Did you
reminded me
forget
of
something?
somebody.
Oh, yeah, yeah, little bit.
Exactly. Is it John?
You been in a movie?
Boyega? That's what it is.
He's to blame for that massive. We talked about this.
It is a combination of doing the little things right to add up into a great contribution. Member Willis, it is a privilege to recognize you as the Airlifter of the Week. Thanks for everything you do for this wing. Thanks for making it great. Keep going.